Hi, everybody. This is Steve Krause. I'm coming at you today on a lovely spring day in April in Michigan. So it's beautiful now, but it could snow tomorrow. You know how that is. And I'm here talking about the how things are going to wrap up for the class for English 328 for this winter 2010. Now I'm looking at my computer right here at the schedule. First off, let me say the videos that everybody did I thought were great. I probably the best two videos that I've had from certainly the online versions of this class, but probably some of the two best videos I've had for this project to date. It seemed like both groups really worked together pretty well. And I'm going to have Style, Clarity, and Grace in that song in my head for a while. So thanks a lot, I guess. And I like the car crash one too. I mean, really, really good stuff. So I'm glad that came together. I'm checking in on the peer review stuff, making sure that that's all going okay. It looks like it's gone pretty good. I know that things get a little bit squished together here at the end, but you still got to do what you can to make the peer review process work and make the whole drafting process work. I know you're busy trying to finish up that essay, which is due by the end of the day today, midnight by tonight, so I can start commenting these sooner than later. Let me mention though that as part of this process, especially is that when you post this to your blog space, but then I want you to each individually send me an email to talk about how the collaborative process for your project worked. So, for example, what I mean is post your essay, your individual essay to your blog space, include a link or an embed of your video in your blog space, and then send to me, skrause@emish.edu, an email in which you explain, number one, what it is that you did for the collaborative project. Number two, what it is that you think everybody else did as part of pitching the collaborative project. And number three, what grade do you think everybody should get for the collaboration on the project? This is essentially your chance to speak now or forever hold your peace. Now, if you and your group members all got along well and everybody pitched in and everybody did about the same amount of work from your point of view, that's fine. Then that email message that you send me can be very brief. It can be, well, I did this, these other people did that. I think we all work together. We all get A's for the project or whatever. Um, However, if you think that one person did much more work than other people in the group, or and this is really the bigger issue from my point of view, if you think that there were some people who really didn't do their share, this is your one chance to speak up about that disparity, and I will factor those comments in from people when I decide on a grade for this project. Okay, so post your essay to your blog as you've done before. Email me about the participation of people in your group, and do that both by midnight tonight, which is April 12th, 2010 by tonight. Okay, all right. Now, also this week we're wrapping stuff up because the term ends this week. So before Wednesday, I want you to post about the peer review process, how that went to your blog, just the last entry on peer review. And you can make that last entry in the peer review process a little bit more reflective in the sense of what did you think about peer review overall? What did you learn from the first peer review experience? What would you encourage people to do to make it better in the future? Things like that. And also the last blog assignment, which is What is Style Part 2. And both of those links are posted on the class website. If you look at the part that says blog, and then you can click on that page and get to those links. Let me know if you have problems finding those links. Finish those last blog posts no later than Wednesday of this week. Okay. Also by Wednesday of this week, send me a second email participation grade. This is different from the discussion about the individual individual essay movie project. It's different from that collaboration. This is an email that you send to me, just like we did for the first part of the semester, where you tell me what grade you think that you ought to get for participation and why, and then we'll enter into a dialogue about that by the end of by the end of this week. Okay, all that stuff needs to be done by Wednesday, and the reason why is because by Friday of this week, April 16th, I will be able to tell you exactly what grade that you have in the class before the final, and before any of those sorts of revisions. So what that allows you to do then is it allows you to think about, well, what do I want to revise to improve my grade? And you can weigh your options, and then we can enter into a dialogue about how to go about that. So it's very important that you get all this other stuff done, because you got to get this other stuff done so that I can come up with a grade, if that makes sense. We will also talk about, in the last half of the week, we'll talk about the final, which has always been posted on the class website. You can always go look at it, and it's a very straightforward sort of activity. The final came about primarily as an assessment tool as part of the NCATE program. And for those of you who are in a major involving secondary education in the English department, which is probably many of you, you've probably used LiveText before, and that's essentially what you're going to be doing here, is that you'll post your final both to your blog space and also to LiveText. And so read through those instructions, and we'll talk about it if people have them. But note that it's fairly straightforward. It's not worth a lot. I mean, it's worth 50 points out of 1,000, so it's not really worth that much. And it's something that you just have to do by the end of time for the class. Okay. If you want to revise any of the major writing projects for the term, which you can do, I mean, you can revise all of them, or any of them, or none of them. It's totally up to you. What we have to do is you and I have to either physically meet, and I will be on campus this week and next week. I have a very flexible schedule. Or we need to have some kind of conversation via phone or Skype or something like that, where we talk about the revision process, and I walk you in. You tell me what it is that you want to do, and we talk about it. So that, in other words, it's not something you just do and then it just happens. We have to have some sort of discussion about it. So then during finals week, what we have is, again, it's just time, for the purposes of this class, it's just time to finish the final itself, which shouldn't take too long to do, and to do any sort of revisions if you want to do those, and chat with me about that. The final and revisions and any other remaining outstanding work for the class is due at April 23rd, 2010, 5 p.m., not midnight, 5 p.m. Michigan time. I describe this on the course schedule and in other places as the end of time for our course. So what do I mean by that? Well, what I mean is that on April 23rd at 5 p.m., everything's fine. Hopefully it's a beautiful spring day. Birds are singing, children are playing. It's just another grand day here in Southeast Michigan. On April 23rd at 5:01 p.m., time itself ceases to exist. We are sucked into a void, a black hole, a nothingness. Ah! Scary, isn't it? Okay, listen. Here's the deal. The reason why this is so important is because I want you to understand that the end of the class really is April 23rd at 5 p.m. So if you were to say to me, Steve, is there any way that I can hand something in on April 24th? I would say, what do you mean? There is no April 24th, because all things have to come to an end, including this class, and I'm as interested as you are in wrapping up the term and going on with whatever comes next. For me, I'm taking the spring term off, so I really will probably start commenting, wrapping up and finishing up grading on April 23rd at 5 p.m. And I guarantee you I will have the grades for this class posted no later than noon on April 24th, because, like I said, I want to wrap things up too. So, okay, I think that covers everything for the schedule. It's been a great semester. It's been a fun group online, and if you're interested in English 444 this summer term, some of you, especially if you get interested in the computer stuff and you want to do the technology stuff, sign up for that. If you're interested in the class I'm teaching in Traverse City this summer, technology for teachers and teaching and learning, let me know. That'll be a fun experience, assuming that it goes. And otherwise, I'll for those of you who are graduating, congratulations, good luck. For those of you who are going to be coming back next year, while we're not in Prairie Herald and we're in exile all over campus, hopefully I'll see you around. Okay, thanks. See you online.